Welcome back, guys. This is Runs with Shovels on CrossCraft, the Crossvale Network. How you been doing? So, it's been a little bit, but I've got some things done. I finished the slime farm, and I'll take you to that probably later on in this episode. Main thing about the slime farm was to get slimes to make sticky pistons because I need to make a blaze farm. The blaze farm I want to make, there'll be a link in the description for a tutorial that I'll make on it. It's just it's a combination of about 2 or 3 that I've come up with. Really no crusher, nothing like that. You can always add one, but the way it is, I call it a lossless. It's really there's a few, probably I'd say 1 out of every 30 blazes or so might get stuck in a block. But considering not having to wait. What's up? Not having to wait for the blazes to come down into the chamber where you need to kill it is the main thing, and that's what I do it for. But this is a good ways away from the nether portal, but running, it doesn't really take us that long, so that's where we're going to go right now, and I'll show you what we're dealing with. Also, I found a mending book in a loot chest in the nether fortress. So I put that on my pickaxe, and I just went and recharged it, and it's unbelievably fast because we have a double spawner. Let me go to that right quick since I'm right here. A double skeleton spawner that I'd found while I was out past that village that we was at earlier in another episode. And I found it close to a swamp. I was digging clay out and just kept digging down and kept hearing skeletons and skeletons. So I was actually got down mining because it's pretty low. But they was almost right too close to each other. So I had to figure out how to get it to where that they would fall outside of the spawn zone for each other. Oops, sorry. And this is how I did it. So I don't know if you can see. Right there's one spawner. I'm on level 14 right here. Here's one spawner, and they're falling in and pushing underneath to right behind this block, going up, and then dropping here 23 blocks, 22, 23, and then here's another spawner which is lower than that one. And it's actually the water's riding on bedrock. It goes underneath these both of these, and then goes up over on this side behind this wall, this block, comes up and drops right beside of it. And this is outside of the spawn range, or outside of the limit range drop zone. I can't remember what it's called. This is where they would both drop. But as you can see, it's fairly fast and effective. If you sit here AFK for about 30 minutes, you'll have at least 30 XP. But just from a little bit I've been here, we've got all these. Actually, all these are repaired. All this bone, all these arrows. That's a good XP grinder. Also, this blaze farms, believe it or not, I found a double blaze farm in this nether fortress. It's the second one I went to. The first one, it's just off by itself, and I just didn't like it, so I went looking for another one. I followed the Z-axis and found another one, and it had two right on the edge, so there can be an AFK spot right between them both, and sit there and blaze drops double the XP of any other mob. So it's going to be great. I went and built worked on the design that I'd used before in the previous versions of Minecraft, but I noticed in 1.8, I noticed in 1.8 that blaze that will attack each other. So, and I'm sure that happened before, but it happened more so. My farms were broke. The way that they would gather in a 2x2 slot, and they had a chance to attack each other and hit each other. And this drops them down into a 1x1. Now these farms are not resource friendly. They are not. And the only way I was able to do this is from where I was mining and got all this redstone and all this iron, and we had the iron farm that I built. And I've actually had to go out and get more trees, even though we're right in the middle of a birch forest, to make all these pistons and the repeaters, so stone. But I mined out the slime chunk, which is right underneath our commons area. I mined it out, and we don't do that. You gotta be wary. The blaze here, they will attack you. I mined it out. I have a ton of cobblestone, so I got that smelting right now back in my main house, making smooth stone out of it. I just went and got about 20 buckets of lava underneath my house and just dumped it in a chest, and it's got it automated to where it's pulling out of a double chest, putting it in a double chest. So that's out there doing it, so I didn't really have to sit there and wait for those to smelt to get my smooth stone to make my repeaters. But here's what we have. I have taken out a lot of this nether fortress, and I dug down one whole pillar, and I was like, wait a minute. I said, I can just slab the top of this stuff. So I dug it down right there where I slabbed it, slab that, slab the whole, that up there. But let me go up here. Down here is where the killing chambers would be. I measured down and put the platform here and went ahead and did it, so if I fall, I won't fall too far. And up here's where the AFK spot will be, right where I'll build it up to where standing on top of this glowstone. It's exactly the same distance between both spawners. These spawners are all set by one block. You see that? There's a blaze. They're all set by one block, and some people may not build blaze spawners like this, but and really only 2 above and 1 below. Actually, 1 above and 1 below is all you really need. But I put 2 above so I can frame out the way that I build my spawners. And I'm going to build it out of cobblestone, that way that it's kind of resistant to explosions. So I don't have any on me, and the reason I left these pillars in this part of the fortress is that's what I'm going to build off of. So build it off of that, I can build down, then dig, build down, then dig, build down, then dig. That way I can, make it all the way across. Let's see. So 2 above. So the spawners are going to be is right here, right above that glowstone, and 2 above because they are actually 2 blocks high. And you want to get the maximum spawning distance. And some people might say it's an 8x8. I make it a 9x9 just to make it easy, so you can have a 1x1 drop on the bottom. But like I said, there's going to be a tutorial in creative attached to the bottom. Let me get this out of this. And right here. In creative, a link attached to the description here to go through it in a peaceful zone so you can actually follow it if you'd like to follow it. Like I said, this is not resource friendly, dealing with redstone, but there's not that much to make other than pistons, wooden pressure plates, and the repeaters. And that's basically it. Now, I'm going to leave this open. I'm going to leave a lot of it open because I'll probably come back and put on this side, put the glass on both sides of the spawners so I can actually see it or see them spawning in there. You wouldn't believe how many gassed. get this frame built around here. Frame built around here, and I will be back. Alright guys, I'm back. He's cotton picking gassed, and these blazes are just, they're all over the place. But I got the skeleton framework done. Ooh, blaze rod. Skeleton framework done right here. I'm going to go up in the center of it and show you how it works. It's not as complicated as it looks. Excuse me. Once you get one row down, it's kind of easy. It just follows through. It's like a funnel. But like I said, all this will go through in that tutorial video that you'll see if you want to watch it. Go up here and start at the top of it, which is right here. So basically, let me pull these down here. I need pressure plates. See what I'm talking about? Let me get the pressure plates. Alrighty, so once we get up in here, you will see there's a bunch of pigment up on top of this thing, but it'll be half slabbed. You'll see this is how the pistons go in here. Okay. So on the top level, there's eight on each side. Like I said, this is not resource friendly. These are sticky pistons. Oops. I left out a row here. These all go down in here. And what I did, or what I use, I typically want to use a contrasting block, something that's inside where it's not going to get hurt really. So something where when you're watching it, you can see it working, and it really doesn't affect the function of the farm. But I had an abundance of this diorite, so I figured I'd just use it. So let me get off into the center here, because it will start pushing you down, and a repeater behind each one. You want to probably try to do this from the center, because once you place these pressure plates, there's nowhere to stand, and that's the whole point of the farm, is to move all the mobs out to the center. Can I do it? Yes, I did it. Alright, that's the whole point, is to move the mobs out to the center. So, pressure plates, the same amount as your pistons. And there'll be a count in the tutorial video. This is just to show you the gist of it. Keep these on one also, the repeaters. Alright, so what happens is when a mob gets on here, see, it pushed me off. It pushes off to the next level, and then down to the next level, and then down to the next level, and shoots it down to a 1x1 chamber. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits and they're down, but it keeps them from hanging around up here. Now there may be 1 or 2 that gets stuck out on the edge of the the thing, but they'll eventually move and hit, or another one come down and hit it. And then occasionally in the corners, one will get shot down here, and it'll get hung up in this one of these blocks in the center, and that's where the about 1 in 30 happens. But I want to finish this off on this single one right here on this side. I'm not going to tackle the other one until I get this one done, then I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I got killed. As you can see, I only got 7 XP left. But you'll see how this works. You see that one's hanging out down there, but it'll eventually get pushed down. When they spawn, they'll spawn, then they'll drift down and they'll hit these pressure plates. But see, if those are hanging out there, those are outside of the spawn range of this. See, they got pushed down. So, these are still aggroed. Where are you at? Sorry for the lag. Where's this gas tank? There you are. Come here. Where'd you go? You scared? Must be scared. Best way to kill Blaze in here are to throw a potion of harming on them. As you can see, just a little bit I've been here, I'd already got 9 XP from it. And that's just standing there and letting those things drift down. Something else I want to do, I want to protect all these pistons with cobblestone, just to keep those from being blown up also. And then you'll have an identical one over here, and then your AFK spot will be up there. AFK spot will be up there, so you can get right between both of them and AFK for about 30 minutes and get about 40 or so XP or more. But this is a dangerous job to do. It's tedious trying to get everything either slabbed off or taken down. Getting up in here and getting the dirt out is about the most dangerous thing. You definitely have to have some potion of fire resistance or some type. But this is my design. I've always had it work great for me. But like I said before, I actually increased the size of it because it used to come down to a 2x2, and they would sit down. They would sit down in that 2x2 hole and just kill each other. I'm not sure if I have the same effects with this one, but I've actually got better loot and drops out of the blaze from doing it this way. I wish I'd have made some splashing of harming so you could get in here and kill them with it. Also, I'm going to probably put a mob softener in here. Around this block right here, and then above it on the other side have a little stop gate pushed in there to keep them from going back up, and then soften them maybe 10, I think it's 10 seconds or 9 seconds to bring them down to 1 heart for a blaze. But you can use whatever you want to. Also, this sword's only an unbreaking 1, so there's really nothing on it that can help you with this blaze anyway. But that's the gist of it. And this is a hopper, just a hopper underneath that half slab so they don't see you, and then you get your drops from it. Also, if you had a looting sword, I think, I'm not sure if smite works on those mobs or not. They may, or that or sharpness, looting or sharpness and all that. You'll get more blaze rods, but your XP's there too. You get great XP. I should add this in this slot so I can mend it back. That mending book is a great resource if you can find one. They're very rare from what I've read. I can't believe I actually found one. But if you would like this and want to see a more detailed build of it, just check out the link below in the description, and I'll have a tutorial up there, and it'll be in peaceful mode, and it'll show you more step-by-step basis on how to get it built. But let's see. But I guess that's going to be it for this episode. I showed you the double skeleton spawner, and you know, I was planning on that being a good source of XP, and then I was thinking, I said, well, we do need a blaze spawner anyway. I said, because we need some blaze rods, blaze powder to make fire resistance, and we need blaze powder to power the brewing stands. So that's why I come out and search for this. I happen to find 2 of them. So technically 2 people could be AFK'd up there and get some XP, or 1 person could and get double XP, triple XP, or like quadruple actually, more so than 1. But until next time, this is Runs with Shovels on CrossCraft. If you want to play on our regular servers, it is play.crossvale.net. We have Towny, Prison, Skyblock, and Creative. At the moment, we're still working on upgrading them to 1.9. We want to make sure all the plugins are been upgraded and working, and I actually still have to upgrade some of the plugins that I wrote because they keep coming out with updates. But until then, I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys.